Here we go. Take one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are here on the Monday of Memorial Day weekend, getting coffee at Phoenix Coffee, our local coffee shop.
Coffee.
And we were talking this weekend about how we're making our videos and what is going to help clue you guys into what we're doing, as well as what's going to help us kind of keep a note of how we've been progressing as we go along. And we decided that it would be helpful to start doing some summary updates of weekends, maybe in the evenings, occasionally mornings when we wake up, just to kind of recap what we've learned, what we've been experiencing and doing. So this is the first of our recap videos.
Very first one.
Yeah. So we're
Bear with us.
So we're going to talk about our weekend and kind of what we learned and what we discovered, and then maybe have a think about what we're going to do next today, right?
Today.
We've got plans for today.
Yeah.
You've forgotten about.
No, I didn't forget. I swear. Promise.
So Friday was awesome. We got done with Date night. Friday was date night. We got done with work. We had a really productive day.
We did.
Actually, despite some hiccups. We later
Friday
overcome.
hiccups?
Friday was hiccup day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Friday was so you should watch our other videos. I'm going to take a little side note here from our recap and just say that not everything always goes to plan. And I think people tend to forget that they think that there's, especially when you're out having adventures, that it's all going to be great. It's all going to be a good time. And, having adventures is hard to begin with, and trying to document that is hard. We forget that in this day and age where it seems that internet is prevalent and everybody's got a cell phone or a smartphone that shoots video and takes pictures and all that. That the gatekeeping point has gotten lower. The threshold's lower. It's easier to get to doing that, and yet, man, did we run into some issues, technical issues, internet issues, people issues. So Friday was difficult. Thankfully, this one here had made us some plans to go out to Albatross for dinner, and it was incredible. It was so good. It was probably the best place I've eaten in Cleveland yet, which is exciting because we've also been having some food problems here. Yeah,
the food selection is not the same here.
No.
And we started realizing that we were suffering from that a little bit. So I'm glad I took action.
Yeah, there's no lake house.
It was no lake house. I'm glad I took action and made some reservations so that we could just have an evening to kind of chill out on that and have a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had dinner. That was great.
That was
Friday. And then Saturday we got up at the crack ass of dawn.
Which is my normal raise. I get up at that hour anyway. This one likes to sleep in. So it was butt ass early for her.
Yeah.
For sure. But
we continued on our gastronomic adventure and we tried out a new breakfast place because we were missing going to breakfast.
Jack Flaps
on the west side was fantastic. What did you have? Do you remember?
Crap. I had pancakes for sure, and they were very crepe-like. They weren't the really fluffy kind. They were much thinner. It had like an almond thing on it and some sort of sauce, and then pork belly. Instead of doing it like a traditional bacon, they do a brown sugar coated pork belly, which was so good.
It looked really good. He didn't share any with me.
Giants for losers. What did you have?
I had a breakfast banh mi. It's Vietnamese sandwich with sausage and egg and cilantro. I never had one before, so that was really good. But I only ate half of it because I have a small stomach, and then I couldn't eat the other half because it got left in the car and got too hot.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you watch our other video, you'll see why no sandwich was going to survive being in a car in the car park that we left it.
The humidity is real, kids.
So hot.
So humid.
So hot.
So where did we go after Jack Flaps?
So after Jack Flaps, we took off to Warden's Ledge in Hinckley, Ohio, which was about a 40-minute drive inland
Beautiful
from the
drive.
lake.
Beautiful.
Everything is so green right now. Like, it's just lush, right? It's like pouring out.
You were telling me that Ohio has a nickname.
Yeah, Cleveland does.
Cleveland's
nickname is the Green City, or the Emerald City, and it's because it is so well planted out. I mean, there are trees everywhere, right? So the good thing about that is that it's beautiful to look at. The bad thing is they are dumping water into the atmosphere, and so the humidity
was
rough.
off the charts. Visually, it reminded me a lot of Pacific Northwest in terms of trees and greenery and moss and everything else. But the combined with the heat, it just creates this thick humidity that, as somebody who's from the West Coast, I'm just not used to.
It was a swamp.
It was. it was a swamp.
Oh, you probably can't hear, and I forgot to mention, it probably doesn't come up in the video, but like the bugs, right? You start hearing them, and they're just like chattering. Birds are going. So it's kind of like being in a rainforest.
Yeah.
Like you are just wall to wall, living things in nature.
It's definitely not city life.
Yeah. So we survived Warden's Ledge.
And
then we went.
Why did we go to Warden's Ledge?
Oh yeah, so we went to Warden's Ledge in order to scout a potential location for an upcoming music video that we're writing a treatment for.
We're currently writing right now. As a matter of fact, as soon as we're done here, we're going to get back on that.
And we found, right, that really informed our practice.
It did.
We're doing everything differently this time.
Absolutely. We're going to do a video treatment. Normally, I don't know how much you guys know about how music videos get made. But typically, you write a treatment. You write a little story about what you want to do in the video, what you want to shoot, what the story is, what your characters are, what it looks like, things like that. And typically, it's it's like an essay, right? It's a couple pages long, and you throw some pictures in there. And this time, because we were going to do some location scouting to kind of figure out what was around and what we wanted to do with everything, we decided to capture it all on video to send to the client to see what they thought. And I thought, well, you know what? If we're going to already shoot video stuff of it, for reference, why don't we just make a video treatment? So with a combination of video and some photos, some voiceover, some music, and turn that in to the client to let them know that, hey, this is what we're looking at. These are the literal locations and how the camera might move through those locations and how the story might progress. And I think, I still have to go in there and edit it and put it together, but I think it's a much more unique and fun way to turn in a treatment rather than just sort of words on paper. Music videos are such a visual and audio thing that you kind of want to get as close to that as you can initially, even before you have the chance to actually put it together, and shoot it. So I feel that this is a much smarter way to do it. We'll see. This is the first time we've done this. We'll see how it pans out.
I'm excited. I mean, it brings back one of the themes that we were talking about while we were actually at Warden's Ledge, because we were discussing the implications of having expectations.
Right.
And sometimes your expectations are met, and sometimes they're not met. And when they're not met...
Spoiler, my expectations are almost never met. I'm learning. I'm getting better.
Same.
I'm trying to get better.
Same. When they're not met, people get upset, right? It's upsetting when you... Yeah, you were upset. It's upsetting. So I think providing a video helps to give more realistic expectations as far as what we can offer.
Absolutely.
And that's only a good thing, right?
Yes.
It helps our client understand more what we're talking about, right? A picture's worth 1,000 words, but video's worth 1,000 pictures.
1,000 pictures. Love her.
But also helps us with our expectations of what things are going to look like, right? And if we're going to be bringing in models and other people to kind of help out on set, to be able to show them the actual environment they're going to be working in, helps them prep, right? Clothing that they might need, any special footwear, helps them agree to maybe working in that environment. It's not just throwing out words. We can actually show you where you're going to be and what your workplace is going to look like that day.
Absolutely.
So I feel really positive about it.
It's been a great experiment.
Yeah, about doing that.
Like I said, we'll see how it pans out, but kind of loving it. So from there, what did we do?
So we drove down to Columbus, and on the way we stopped off at Mansfield, Ohio, which is about halfway between the two cities?
I'd say it's about halfway between, a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah, between Cleveland and Columbus.
I'd never heard of Mansfield before that day. We
just found it because my technique when we're driving, typically Chad drives and I navigate/DJ.
DJ major blushes right here.
That's my DJ name. So typically when we decide that we're in need of coffee or food, I start Googling in the area on something like Google Maps to see what comes up. And the biggest town was Mansfield. So I usually start with the big towns because we seem to have better luck sometimes.
Right.
So this came up and we found a place for lunch.
Uncle John's.
Uncle John's place.
So Jack Flat's for breakfast, Uncle John's for lunch.
Yeah, that was in Mansfield, and we stopped at a little video there.
Yep.
And lunch was great.
Lunch was amazing.
Yeah.
Very Midwestern.
Yeah.
Very Midwestern.
In the best possible way.
Yes.
Like huge portions, great burgers, really friendly service.
Yeah.
Everyone was lovely. Yeah.
So check out our other videos
Yeah.
for some of the background and information that we learned while we were in Mansfield.
Yeah.
So from there,
Then we headed
Columbus?
down to Columbus.
Yeah.
and-
Briefly.
Yeah. Grabbed coffee and then jumped over to Hell's Gate. So will you
is it
just...
Hell's Gate or is
Yeah.
it Gates of Hell?
Oh, is it? I think
I
it's,
never know.
I've heard it both ways. I think it's Gates of Hell.
It's a gate. It involves hell. That's all
Yeah.
I know. And it was cool.
Yeah.
Check out our other video for that as well. We weren't there very long,
Yeah.
but it was a very unique experience. That actually, at some point, maybe I'll do a little video essay about the small town I grew up in Northern California that also had a gate of hell in the town. That as a child we went and explored. So there was.
Tell me that.
I didn't.
What?
I know. I didn't. Maybe off camera I'll have to tell you
Yeah, I
about
want
that.
to tell you about that.
So we weren't there very long. We were there probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, tops.
Went, checked it out, took some video of it, did a little essay on what it was and what we were going to do. And then we hopped in the car and came on.
Yeah, on the way
2.5
back.
hours.
2.5 hours. On the way back, you had a really cool realization. Do you remember
Which-
you were saying?
Had a few.
You were saying that if you had been back in LA and I
Right.
had said, do you want to drive 2.5 hours to go check out a location?
Which
to
is
be
about
there?
LA to San Diego.
Right.
Roughly.
Do you want to go and do that and check out a location for like 20 minutes and then turn around and come back? You'd have said,
Hell no.
oh.
Yeah, it was not.
So what's changed for you?
You, maybe?
Yeah?
Better attitude? I don't know. I don't really know what's changed. I know that I'm a lot more open to adventures. I'm a lot more open, both culinary and otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, having a partner who has that sense of adventure and has that drive, I think, to go out and do the thing is helpful, right? And let's be real, you're hard to say no to. I mean, come on. So yeah, it really, I think that's the big thing. You are sort of the factor that's changed it. And then we talked about how none of these ideas, none of these concepts, none of these ambitious ways are new to me. I've always been an incredibly ambitious person, I think. But being with somebody that shares ambition gives you permission, I think, to follow your dreams, follow your heart, go do the thing. And I'm really excited that we get to go do the thing. And we also talked about, we don't know if in this particular instance, maybe this particular treatment doesn't get picked up. But I don't feel as though it was a waste of a weekend at all. I feel like I got to spend, a whole day out checking out some amazing things with my beautiful partner, who I love, and I got to exercise that day, which is a whole nother subject that we can talk about another time. But I felt like, in terms of living a life, that I was getting to do exactly that. And the more we do this, the better. So that was Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday was good.
And then Sunday, yesterday. What did we do yesterday? I think yesterday was a lot of manic house cleaning.
For you, I slept
Me,
in till like
She slept.
noon.
I was having a bit of a manic episode, so I cleaned the house quite a bit and did a bunch of laundry. And then we went and saw Brightburn.
So good.
It's the new James Gunn produced horror superhero, what if Superman was evil type movie. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I really still liked it. It sort of has some clever commentary on toxic masculinity, which I thought was very contemporary and much needed. That said, the movie-going experience was less than stellar. The theater that we tend to frequent out here in Cleveland has those new recliner seats, the really big cushiony recliner seats that are wonderful. Like, I love them. It's so much more comfortable than average theater seats. The problem I'm finding, at least here in Cleveland, is that other people tend to get so comfortable that they forget they're not in their living room. And it's been 2 times in a row now where the person next to me, not her,
It always happens to you.
It does.
I don't know what it is about
you didn't have anybody on your side.
No.
So maybe that's why.
because I look scarier.
You do. It's the pink hair. But 2 times now, the person next to me has been like laying on their side, just like yesterday I was getting kicked by the person next to me who was laying on her side, coughing on me, and it really the invasion of my personal space, of which I'm a big proponent of personal space. It was really off-putting and really distracting and kind of detracted my enjoyment of the movie a little bit. And this is how it happened twice. This happened when we went to see Endgame a few weeks ago as well, the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it another shot next time, whenever we go back. But if this keeps happening, I'm going to have to resort to waiting to see things come out on DVD. And I hope that's not true. Or going to a theater that doesn't have those seats. I don't know. They do. I think it's those seats that really people forget that they're not in their living room.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens on flights too, I've noticed.
It's a whole nother subject.
Right? It's totally like flying. Yeah. So I was bummed for you for that. 'Cause I had no idea this was going on the whole time. I was like completely immersed in the film. So much so that when you were trying to kind of like eye me to tell me there was a problem,
Like,
I had no idea what he was talking about until the absolute end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, let me tell you about this dude. I literally thought he was going to sleep in my lap at some point. So that happened. And that was our weekend.
Yeah.
So we're going to get to work, start working on some treatments, some video edits, and we'll check back in with another recap at another day.
Well, don't forget, we're going to talk about what we're going to do today.
Oh, look at me trying to log off before we got to everything.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Tell us about today.
So, after we've done our treatment work and a couple of other bits and bobs today, we are going to check out some of the other locations for our video treatment.
Yeah.
And do a similar thing, right?
Yeah.
Take some video footage and put that up. So
we're going to my first farm.
We're going to a farm. Yeah. We're going to Jackie Stevenson's farm. She is a coach, professor, and CEO. And she lives about 40 minutes south of us.
Yep.
And she does a lot of work with horses. So she does coaching on her own property with a herd of horses, where she teaches things like body language and how to communicate with yourself and how to interact in a group. And she's someone that I absolutely admire and look up to and have hired. Yeah. And she's been very, very instrumental in my development as a coach and as an academic. So I'm super excited for you to meet her.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she also has this incredible location. So we're going to go check that out and see if that might be a space that we can also work on. Probably as like our home base really for this video shoot.
Probably the bulk of the video would be shot there.
Yeah, she's got forest and fields, horses and a pond. So we're going to go take a look at that and see if that might work out.
Sweet. Can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. That'll be later tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll, of course, probably be shooting lots of video of that while we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
That's
Till
it,
next
right?
time?
Yeah.
All right. Till next time, kids. Peace.